What's up, guys? Joe here from 3PM with the One, and today Will has topped our locals 5 rounds. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I've been due to have a deck profile in here. You know, I've been working on everybody else's, so it's nice to actually play. I was out for like a month or so, and then just started playing last week or 2 weeks after that. So it's good to come back, and it's good to actually top one.
What deck are we playing today?
We're playing Arceus Goodra. You know, I was testing with like YouTube V-Union and Charizard and Teleon, and since today was a bigger tournament, I decided to play a more consistent deck, and I've always had success. I love the Arceus Goodra, just being able to heal, consistency. So we went with this, and it worked out.
All right, well, let's get into the profile, and we'll ask some questions a little bit later.
All right. So of course you got to play the 4 Arceus V. That's your main card. Of course, you can use Power Edge, which I guess if you have the ability to, but you're mainly using Trinity Charge, so going second is not bad because of that. And then we played 2 Arceus V-Star. There should probably be 3, but you play cards to search this out, so it's not as bad, but I probably would bump this to 3, but the deck list I play is very tight. We played 3 of the Goodra Vs. You don't need 4 because this is just, 2 is just enough, but the 3rd is in case 1 is prized. And of course you want to mainly be swinging with, you're more likely to set up 2 Arceus Vs and 2 Goodra sometimes, just because of the fact that Arceus sets up the Goodra. So, and then we play 2 Vs, that's all you really need. You don't play any super rides, anything like that. And once again, if 1 sits in the prize, that sucks. But at the end of the day, you just don't want to be drawing these, you want to be drawing the basics. We play 1 Gardevoir, just the preferred Radiant for the deck just because of the ability, -20. And I play a Psychic Energy, which is a little tech here, just so you can swing in case you're facing like a Milk Tank. This basically knocks out a Milk Tank in 1 shot. And of course, Milk Tank, we play 1 Milk Tank. If a deck is too V heavy and has no ability around it, you could literally sit on a Milk Tank. Even in the mirror match, this is really good because they don't play it. So I just sit with a Milk Tank and they can't do anything, and I'm just healing off damage. And then at that point, Milk Tank can start attacking. For the supporters, this should be 4, but like I said, I had to cut it because of the deck list being so tight. So I played 3 Colress. I only played 2 Melanie. I know some decks play 3, but I was drawing like double Melanie in the beginning of the game and not having like the water energy to discard. So like this supporter's just sitting in my hand, and then it just stalls your whole plays out unless you hit the V-Star. So I only put 2 Melanie just because you play the DCEs and stuff like that. So you always usually have like energy advantage. 2 Marnies, great against Lost Box. They love huge hands, and if you can just bring them down to 4 cards, that kind of slows them down. It forces them to have to bring out the Comfies. I played 2 bosses. You can play, once again, you could play Serena, like probably, once again, this is from when, that's how you know I haven't played in a while. These are from when I was playing before Lost Origin, well, when Lost Origin just came out. So no Silver Tempest was out, so I was playing 2 boss. I might do 1 Serena, 1 boss. Just because if you draw 2 bosses, that's very bad. It just sits there, so at least the Serena you can do some plays with. You play the 1 Bird Keeper. This card's starting to be played by a lot of people. I play this because sometimes your switch is in the prizes, so you can V-Star for the Bird Keeper, switch out with the into the Goodra, and then draw 3 cards. Whereas if you don't have the switch, you can kind of stall out. Or if you open up with like a Goodra and then you have the V-Star, you can then do the Bird Keeper play, and it just very versatile. 1 Avery, very good against Regigigas, Kyurem, any deck that plays a heavy bench, anything like that. And then we play 1 Roxanne. Roxanne's okay. It's just one of those things like in the grindy late game, you discard it early if you have the supporters. But once again, drawing 6, none that 2, it's huge. All right, for the trainers, we'll go through this quick. Everything's kind of explanatory. All right, for Quick Ball and for Ultra Ball, you just want to get to your basics and your Vs as quick as possible. Once you get to Arceus V, the deck just goes off because then you grab basically what you need. So that's that. For Hyper Potions, you play DCE, so basically you just attach a DCE, heal off 120, get rid of the DCE, so that's very important. We play 2 Evo Incense. It searches out Goodra V-Star or Arceus V-Star. And then for the one-ofs, we play a Switch. That's very important. Usually you're V-Starring for the Switch. A Choice Belt. Some decks don't play the Choice Belt. I play the Choice Belt because there are plays you can go Melanie second turn into the V-Star, get the Choice Belt, and knock out any of the 220 Pokemons like other Arceuses, other Goodras, other Kyurems. Very versatile, honestly, with this, especially in the Blissey matchup. One big charm, you just want to stick this on a Goodra, and then you just, with Gardevoir, you basically make Goodra a 250 HP Pokemon, which is awesome. Actually, it's even more than that, honestly. It makes almost like a 400 HP Pokemon. One big Parasol to protect against the Giratina matchup. And then for the stadiums, one Path, which is very important against other Arceuses or against other matchups. You can go Path or other Goodras and stop the moisture, whatever they call it. And then 2 Crystal Cave, broken. Healing damage is just amazing, and there's not any steel decks really that I play besides Dialga, so you don't take advantage of it. 4 double couple, 4 double turbo energies. You play then 5 water, and you play 4 steel, and then the 1 tech is a psychic, just so in case you can attack with Gardevoir, so once again, you don't lose to a Miltank on your own. Overall, oh my bad, I was interrupting the...
Oh, no. So, like, the deck, I definitely seen it work today. Very consistent, very grindy. That Goodra gets very deadly with that -80, then you heal, and then...
It does. It's very linear. That's the one thing I always say. Like, there aren't many, like, crazy plays you could do. There was a play where I played with, like, Miltank, where, like, if you need to, like, get a turn to heal with the Crystal Cave, you can bring out Miltank and kind of stall with it and force their outs, and you play double turbo energy, so you can just retreat and stuff like that. But overall, the deck's consistent. Every time I've played it, I don't think I've ever really done too bad. I've always had like a 500 record or been above 500. So honestly, it's a very consistent deck. It's amazing. Arceus is one of the, honestly to me, besides like Inteleon, I think Arceus is the best card to come out in the Sword and Shield era. It makes so many decks versatile. It made Goodra versatile. And fun fact, well, not fun fact, but stay tuned because we will have my round 4 opponent. I got his name, but we've played a ton of times. He's always played Goodra Lost Box, so you'll get to see what that deck list looks like. But overall, it's a consistent deck, and it just hits for good damage, and it's just amazing. You know, -80 off your next attack is just insane right now.
Is there a matchup you feel like it's less favorable? Like the deck's not as strong or preferred?
As strong? Honestly, like I don't think there's no deck that really makes like Goodra feel like it can't win. To me, it's more like I don't want to go to time, so like Blissey matchups can be hard, just because like you're always minusing the damage. You really need to hit like a Tool Scrapper because they're gonna have a case of toughness. But maybe I would say Giratina in case they open up really well. But honestly, other Goodras and maybe Blissies, but like, honestly, I think people should be playing this deck a lot more. Maybe Mewtwo V Union because of the fact that they can discard your Steel energies, and because you play Melanies, you can get the Waters back, but you can't get the Steels back. And at that point, your Goodras do nothing. So honestly, Mewtwo V Union probably destroys this deck in my opinion because of how consistent it is, and you can get rid of the double turbos. In my opinion, I think I play Mewtwo V Union, and I would rather be playing the Mewtwo V Union deck than the Goodra matchup because of the counters it can put on it.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to say? Any last reserves? Any slogans?
Any slogans, man? Honestly, I don't have a slogan. Honestly, bro, I haven't even thought about a slogan. And I'm gonna have to think of one when we do this.
I got one for this deck for you, man.
What do you have?
When you gotta do the do, go with Goo.
I like that. Hey, man, when you gotta do the do, like Miltank Moo, you gotta do the do. Goodra.
All right, guys. This is Joe from 3PM51. Will, thank you so much. Congrats on your top.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one, man.
Peace.